Everyone, and welcome. My mouth is not completely healed yet, but much better, and the swelling is somewhat down. I'm going to talk royals in a while, so I'll put a timestamp in the description for those who do not want to listen to anything else, because first I want to say this, and I'm doing this to prove that the world does not revolve around Harry and Meghan or even the King. People will always find a way. We do not need any specific person, not Charles, not Trump, not Netanyahu, not an Ayatollah, a Ramaphosa, nobody. No human is above another. So in light of that, here are a few things I am celebrating and a few things I am mourning today. While America is watching the theatrics of Hillary and Bill Clinton testifying, Bill shaking so badly that he can't hold a cup, and his lawyers interrupting so much he hardly gets to say a word, and Hillary shouting like a banshee and slamming her fist, Poland has just appointed an entire task force to look into the Epstein mess. They have appointed 3 senior prosecutors to lead the task force, and investigation team number 5 will investigate the Epstein files. Prime Minister Tusk has put his foot down and said that he shall not allow cases involving the abuse of Polish children by the Epstein network to be treated lightly. This, in my opinion, should be done in most other countries, including my own, South Africa, because there are direct and many links between South Africa and Epstein. Now, I cannot and will not ever in your lifetime or mine support war. Any war. But a war in which 157 little children went to school one morning, innocent and dutiful, and in one instant and with one loud bang, 157 little girls between the ages of 5 and 12 along with their school were gone. A war where the lives of 40 female volleyball players were wiped out in an instant. Anyone who does not care or who can rejoice in that is, in my opinion, not human. And those who rejoice in the lives of 6 young American service personnel, well, you're not human either. So it's not about what side you are on, but how can any of us support this? Number 3, I heard by now that I'm not a Christian because I do not revere God's chosen people. Well, I am a Christian, and God's chosen people does not mean that there are not good, bad, and evil people among the Jewish people of Israel. In my opinion, Netanyahu is an evil, scheming, manipulative human being. In my opinion, he is currently executing his Greater Israel plan. That does not mean that I'm anti-Semitic. There is a fairly significant size Jewish community here, as is a fairly large size Muslim community. And where I live, we all live together in peace. We work together, we live together, and our children even go to school together. So call me names, because I deeply dislike and oppose one man. I do not care anymore, because I know my own heart. I listened, and this is number 4, I listened to a speech by the Canadian Prime Minister this morning. And I know the man is not perfect, and no, I absolutely do not agree with everything he said. And yes, I think he is dead wrong on the Ukrainian policy. But it was the best political speech I have heard in 20 years, if not more. And I think if there's one lesson to be learned from this man, and which I admire, is that no one, no country or human need to ever allow another person or country to threaten or blackmail them. There is always another way, and this man found it when he was threatened. So as we say here in South Africa, give the man a bells. Canadians need not all agree with Mark Carney, but they can be very proud of his strength and resilience. Okay, by now, some of you are really fed up with me. I'm so sorry. I am entitled to my opinion, whether I'm right or wrong. But let's now talk royals. And let's start with this. So more and more are coming out about the Yorks and how much Charles knew and when he knew it, etc. For instance, there is an email to Jeffrey Epstein from an unknown redacted person. Now, the email is dated in 2015, and the email informs Jeffrey Epstein that the person is on a group trip in Mexico with a DK, I don't know who that is, and the founder of Twitter, which I would guess was Jack Dorsey. But it could also have been Noah Glass, Biz Stone, Evan Williams, or then Jack Dorsey, and I'm guessing they are talking about Jack Dorsey. Anywho, this person informs Jeffrey Epstein that Princess Beatrice will be joining them, and Jeffrey Epstein responds with, "It's okay, Beatrice likes him." Now, 2015 was 4 years after Jeffrey Epstein was released from prison for soliciting a minor, etc. Beatrice was also no longer a child. She was 26. So I take 2 things from this tidbit. Beatrice chose to spend time in Jeffrey Epstein's orbit, knowing what he was charged with. Now, personally, I do have a tiny drop of empathy for Beatrice and Eugenie because they did not choose their parents, and obviously their mother in particular exposed them to all kinds of shit. So maybe it became commonplace for them. I certainly don't know, but the royal family is now facing a scenario where they are going to lose it all if they do not do the right thing. And right now, the right thing would be to remove all the Sussexes and Yorks from everything. The line of succession and the website, and then obviously to remove their royal titles. Now, I promise you, they will all be okay. Both Beatrice and Eugenie are married, and there's nothing wrong with just being Mrs. Mapeli-Motsi or Mrs. Brooksbank. Young women have jobs, and so do their husbands. They will be just fine. When it comes to Harry, though, he looks terrible, I have no idea whether he's sick or whether the drugs are starting to show or whether he is dangerously depressed. The man may need a lot of things, but first and foremost, he needs proper treatment in a private facility for 3 to 6 months. Without his titles, without the media, without being in the line of succession, and he can call himself Alfred or David Windsor, I do not care. But if Charles truly loves his son, he would strip him of all his royal shackles, and I'm saying shackles because I'm fairly certain that one way they can get rid of Markle is by taking their titles. She'll kick Harry to the curb in an instant. I'm more convinced now than ever before that La Marquelle did not birth those 2 children. So obviously, if it is true, they do not even qualify for a title or place in the line of succession. However, if one or both have Harry's DNA, then please remove them and put them in the care of someone in the royal family until Harry is healthy enough to look after his children. What Buckingham Palace is doing with Harry now, or allowing him to do, is not working. Not working for Harry, and definitely not working for the royal family. What is it going to take for Charles to actually see all of this? That he has no choice but to remove all the Yorks and Sussexes? I don't know, and I don't know whether he will even live long enough to fix what is broken. But hopefully William does. Talking about William, geez, this Prince William derangement syndrome appears to be worse than ever. Why is William refusing to answer questions about Andrew? What is William doing about Andrew? What is William doing about the R gangs in Britain? Bloody fish cakes. Jeez, can someone inform those people that William is not king yet and holds no power over the police or the courts? At least not yet. And on that note, my dear friends, I also hold no power over you either. So you can think and feel whatever makes sense to you. You can even debate me or disagree in the comments, but keep it respectful. I think after the last week or two, both here where I live and online, I have taken as much as I can handle. When I open my mouth, I share what matters to me and what I believe in. And it is 100% allowed. Why? Because this is my channel. I look at my smooth tires and empty fridge, and I'm telling you now, I would rather walk and live on bread and water than sell my soul. End of today's discussion and end of today's video. I love you and I care about you and yours, and therefore I will be back. I will catch up on royal stories, and we will try to produce a video or two about the royals and the royals only for the next few days. Dragonman is also recording and surfing the internet for more royal jokes to save me the time and enable me to post some more shorts this month. Yes, Susan, you were right. I can't do it all alone, but luckily I do have Dragonman. Okay, guys, bye. See you next time.